Hey, this is Team PCD KP, and I wanted to show you guys a little bit more in-depth video of how to do the new Mikanko combos. Just because in the deck profile we were getting kind of rushed out of there. We asked them for permission to film, and then they said yes for 10 minutes, and then they sent another guy over to get us out there quicker. So that's what happened. So I was trying to go through it pretty quick, but here I'm going to show you guys a few combos and explain a few things first. So there are two different types of combos, and it requires 4 different groups of cards. So in the first set, we have the starters. Basically, any level 3 in your deck is technically a starter with the fusion package. But the 2 Mikankos, the 2 Predaplants. Obviously, the Cobra is kind of a Garnet, but if you draw it in a Ready Fusion, you still can combo. Jin-Ken, which can help acid lock easier, and it makes your thrust live, when normally if they like hand trap you, if they don't have a monster, then the thrust isn't as good, obviously, because they need to have a monster for you to add to hand. So the Jin-Ken makes it a lot better. And then Rhoda, because you can add the Jin-Ken or the Hare. Technically, you're not gonna be in situations most of the time where thrust is gonna add a reinforcement army. If you don't have a starter, then there's just no way that's going to come up. So that's why I just said these are the starters. This is a 1-card combo. Obviously, you got to have a monster in hand to discard. But the rest of the combos are going to be 2 to 3 card combos. The other area are the takes. So you need the takes for some of the combos. Not all combos require a take, just some of them. Technically, Reflection can take as well if you control a Mikanko, but they can't activate their effect, so it's not as good as Snatch Steal. Because what you want to do is you want to take the Jin-Ken, and then you'll have 2 bodies on your board, and then you special the other one to their field, so that way there's still going to be a monster on their side of the field. So that's why you want the takes. Talent can also be used to draw cards. If you don't have a good combo going and they hand trap you, you might draw into whatever you need to combo. The next section is the Ohimes or Arabesque. With both different types of combos, drawing the Ohime is really good, or a prep. And you can technically, another thing is that the thrust can add the Change of Heart or the talent if you need to take, or it can add prep, which can help you get to Ohime, or it can add the fusions. So having the Jin-Ken is what really turns on the thrust. Thrust is also good for going second. But for this other section, I'll just say it's the Mikanko card section. Having the Arabesque in some combos helps you get Acid Golem, and then having these help get Acid Golem as well. And then your 2 fusion targets. At first I was just playing Ready Fusion, but then having the instant fusion does help consistency. But also, if you already have Ready Fusion, you can search for the instant fusion to summon the window to their field. So the thrust is a really good bridge at getting to the different cards you need. For the most simple version of the Jin-Ken lock, Acid Golem lock, is you just need a Jin or a Ken, and you need a take, so you just need anything from these cards, and then you need a Ohime or prep, and then the thrust could be the bridge to the take or to the Ohime. So this is like a Acid Golem lock right here, but you don't have access to everything. Like, you don't have access to Hare and Huli together. You just get to one of them. So that's one reason why this combo isn't as strong in my opinion, is because you Acid Golem lock and then that's it. And a lot of times you even have to link away or get rid of your Ohime, so you don't really have interruptions if you do that. So hopefully they don't have an out. The other combo line is instant fusion, well, the fusions, and then you have a lot more flexibility here. You can have them with the Ohime and Arabesque, or you can also take. So if you have Jin or Ken, and then the fusions, those are the two main ones, and then any of these cards, or thrust can bridge all of these together. So this is full combo plus acid golem lock. And like I said, these are 3-card combos, but one thing to remember is like the Ken, if it resolves on their field, you draw 2 and discard 1. And I mean, your whole engine is all these different cards, so you're going to draw into them. Like, you play a lot of Ohimes if you think about it, because 3 prep, 3 Ohime, 3 thrust if you can get to Jin and Ken setup. So that's 9 cards right there to it. And then you play 3 talents, and then the thrust can help search any of the change of heart or the talents. And then you can search the fusions. And then the 1-card combo, Predaplant, the Cobra can search the fusion if you do it that way. So it is pretty consistent for getting to these 3-card combos. And then if you don't, I mean, worst case, if you just have these, you can still make a pretty good board of, you get access to everything you want. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple combos. I'm going to shuffle it up just so that the cards are mixed up enough to where they're not all at the bottom or somewhere. So hopefully when I'm searching, I can find them quicker. But bear in mind, it's a 50-card deck, so sometimes it can take me a little bit to find what we're looking for. For the first combo, I'm going to do what I showed on the YouTube channel, but a little bit slower. You just need Scorpio and a Nibiru. So, well, it doesn't have to be Nibiru, but a monster, sorry. And then use its effect to special the Cobra. And then Cobra can get a fusion. And like I said, here, if you already have ready fusion, you can add instant fusion. And then you don't necessarily need an acid golem lock because you have Winda. And it stays on the field. So then you activate your ready fusion, fusion summon, and then use 2 of them to make the Ib, and it has to go in the extra monster zone. I might bring these down just a little bit. Okay. And then you get the effect to search for the World Legacy. I just call it Monster Reborn because that's basically what it does in this deck, but it's a World Legacy Succession. And then you link away. You can either link away both here for IP and then also summon the SP, or you can have the gravity controller and then you can put IP in the middle. That way you can make SP on their turn and get both effects. It just depends on what you're trying to do. If you want to have SP already on the board and then make Appaloosa, it just depends on what you want to do. But once it's linked away, Ib's effect activates to summon the level 4 World Chalice. And you got to make sure you don't summon it in the zones, but here it doesn't matter, it's IP. So even if I summon it here, it doesn't really matter. But you activate special to a link zone, and then you can synchro both of these away. For the Braver Dragon equips 3 equips. And one way this isn't as good as Assault, because Assault you could send any equip, so you could send Angelic Ring, you could send takes like the Rondo, you could send Satch Steel, things like that. But with this card, you can only equip things that are legally allowed to equip to it, so you can't equip all those good cards. That's why I'm not running them. But you activate the Durandal, search for the Oliver. I'm just going to put it over here for now. Goes to the grave. And then here, you can summon this now if you want. If you do play like a Baron combo, you could do that, but it's not going to get you as many card advantage. But you can send this equip now, or you can do it later. It just doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to go ahead and just Arabesque summon Hare. And this will go back to the extra deck, and this will fall off. And then you can special by sending an equip when the Hare was summoned, you get Fire Dance. So you synchro these away for the Herald, and then you summon Fire Dance, summon Hare with Fire Dance, and then you can link these two away into an SP. Now the Herald searches the Ohime. Ohime, you'll add Ceremony, and then you'll discard a card out of your hand. Then you activate the Ceremony to special Ohime, and then you'll banish the Ceremony to send Huli to the grave. And then you'll activate the Meo Shidori to summon Huli, and then Huli gets you the trap card. Now, like, one thing that can happen during these combos is if you already have like a Reflection or a Snatch Steal in hand, you can discard it off the Ohime, or even if you're doing the Jin-Ken combo, you can discard any of your bricks, basically. One thing that is a hard brick in this deck is the level 4 World Chalice. The reason why is Ib can only summon from the grave or deck. So if you do have this in hand, you're going to want to discard it off of Ohime or discard it off of Ken before you do your Ib combo. So it can be the biggest brick. So that's one thing to take note of, is that's really the only hard Garnet in the deck. But anyway, what this end board does, as I was explaining in the video, is on your opponent's turn, you can activate Snatch Steal from deck to take anything, and then whatever you take, you can link it away with IP, or you can activate SP Little Knights effect to banish their monster that you took and the monster on their field, and the Snatch Steal will go to grave, and then you can activate Ohime, activate Snatch Field. You target in the grave the Snatch Steal, and then then you choose what to equip it to. So even if they have a monster that can't be targeted, you can still take it with Snatch Steal. And if they don't respond to the Ohime, the moment it resolves backwards, like the moment this touches the board, you take their monster. So that's something that come up, but then you take their monster, so you can have it here. And then you can IP link away. This will be engraved, but you can link away into like Appaloosa with their monster and whatever monster you want to get rid of. You can get rid of your Ohime or something if you want, or the SP, but a lot of times you don't want to get rid of the SP. But just for this example, you can make an Appaloosa, and it's 3 negates. The Snatch Steal will go to grave, and then it triggers Rivalry. Rivalry can add any of your equips in your grave to your hand. So you'll have 4 options usually, and it just depends on if you need follow-up. If you need follow-up for the next turn, then you probably want to either get Fire Dance or Arabesque. If you don't need follow-up for the next turn, you get Snatch Steal. I'd say in almost every case, you're probably not getting the Durandal. But that's the basic combo. For the next combo, we'll do a Ken, and then we'll do a fusion, and like I said, it could be thrust, so it's just whatever. Thrust and a Arabesque. So you don't have to always have the draw, so even if you draw Ken, you can summon Ken, special Jin to their board, then they have to discard a card. I'll put them back just a little bit. Activate the Ready Fusion, and then you'll link those, synchro those away for the Ib. Ib will add the World Legacy card, and then link that away for the gravity controller, and then Ib will summon the normal monster. World Legacy, bring back Synchro for the power tool. And then power tool will get the 3 Eclipse. Here you don't necessarily need this Arabesque because we already have one, but it's just up to you. You can activate up to 3. You don't have to activate 3. Get rid of that to search the Oliver, and then you can send the Arabesque here if you want special. And then you're going to want to Arabesque on the gravity controller in this situation, and special summon Hare to put back the gravity controller, and then effect to get the fire dance. So then you're going to synchro into Herald, and then you're going to make the transverser, and then the Herald will activate to get the Ohime effect. You get the ceremony, discard a card out of your hand. Oh, and here we still have the fire dance. So this is where you do use ceremony to special, and then you banish send the Huli, and then you can fire dance, bring back Huli, get the trap, and then you can activate Mayo, bring back Kalare, and then this is where you get the Acid Golem lock. And then you can trade spots here. And now the cool thing is that since you never resolved Ken's draw effect, you could do it now. So special Ken to their field. And then Ken can let you draw a card, draw 2 cards and discard 1. And then here we can make SP and banish the Ken, so that way they don't have that. And all these are in the group, by the way. But you set your rivalry. You have SP, which is not strong enough to attack over the Acid Golem, so they can't out it that way. You have Ohime, and then if they were to out the Acid Golem, you at least have an SP, you got Ohime, and you have the trap. So what you can do is you can get the Snatch Steel to take their monster, or even if they like summon something else and you just want to take it for whatever reason, Snatch Steel, take it, and then SP, you can banish the target and their card, and then Snatch Steel will go to the grave, activate, Snatch Steel again. So it's a pretty good end board because you still have the Snatch Steel takes, but they're also under Acid Golem. And then I'll show you the combo again, but with Ken, a fusion, and Ohime, because it's done a little bit differently. But once again, in this combo situation, if you summon the Ken to their field, Thrust can get you to the Ready Fusion or the Ohime. So you got a lot of ways to these cards. So you'll summon Ken, special Jin, and once again, the reason why I'm summoning Ken for Jin is just because Jin summoning Ken is better because you get to draw 2 more cards. So even if you don't see these cards, you could draw into them. But in this case, since we already have the cards, it's not really needed. So Ready Fusion. Like same old, go through the combo a little quicker this time. Succession. Equip 3. then here Durandal, get the Oliver. Now here's important. What you're going to do is you're going to special the Oliver here, getting rid of the Arabesque. It's very important you do it that way. Because then you're going to Ohime, get Ceremony, discard 1, activate Ceremony, special the Ohime. You can now use Ohime effect to equip the Arabesque to the gravity controller, and then activate effect summon Hare. This puts back the gravity controller, and then you get Fire Dance, and then here it's pretty much normal combo. The difference is that you don't need the Herald Search this time as much. This is in your hand. So then the Herald will search for an additional Ohime, or you can search the ritual spell. Obviously it's better to just get follow-up just to be safe. And then you banish the Ceremony for the Uli, and it just ends on the same things. Special the Uli, and then Fire Dance special the Hare. And then switch places. And then once again you can activate effect to now special the kin to their field. And then you can draw 2 or whatever. Link those 2 away into SP, and then banish the kin and set the trap. And you have the same exact board, just done a little differently, because you have to send the Arabesque so that the Ohime can equip. The last combo I'll do, there's a few ways to do it, but we'll just say we'll just do the Predaplant again, just so that's easier, plus a ready fusion already. So you'll discard the other monster in your hand to special, and then here you'll search the instant fusion, and then you'll just continue to do the combo with ready fusion, get the World Legacy, not sure where it got put in the deck. I think I have it at the top. There we go. And then I think here we probably just do it the other way. Yep. Make IP, summon the vanilla, activate special, synchro into power tool effect, get the equips, effect, get the Oliver effect, and then get the Hare off of the Arabesque, and get the Fire Dance, and then synchro summon to Herald, Fire Dance, bring back Hare, link these away into an SP, and then the Herald will get you Ohime, Ohime will get you Ceremony, if I can figure out where it went. activate ceremony, special, ceremony banish to send to Lee. And then Mayo, special, Huli, you get the trap. And we'll just go ahead and set it. And then you'll instant fusion, summon the window, and then you'll use the effect of Ohime to equip Arabesque to the window. So instant fusion is going to check every end phase and destroy the window, but the Mikanko spells say the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. So they're just going to have one special summon, and so you can choose what you want to do on their turn. You can make an Appaloosa or just take their monster that they special summon with the Rivalry. And then now they can't special summon anymore. So like, let's say they like summon like a Fenrir and wanted to just like attack and banish the window. They're not gonna be able to get away with that because you can just snatch, still take the Fenrir, and then now they can't summon, and then you could IP make an Appaloosa since you haven't special summoned yet this turn. So that's how that combo goes. And then I'll show you the most basic combo with Jin-Ken without the instant fusion. So I'll just start with a Ken. In this case, I'm just going to do thrust and talent. Okay, so normal summon, Ken, summon Jin. And because they activate that, you can talent take. And like I said, this can be any of your take cards. It can be the Change of Heart or Snatch Steel or whatever. So then you'll activate effect to summon Ken to their field. So here you will get the draw and discard if, for example, you don't have the talents. So then talents, this is the ritual column. So this is where you get prep, and then prep get Ohime, then you activate Ohime. For ceremony, you discard another card in your hand, activate to special, banish the ceremony to send an Arabesque, activate effect to equip Arabesque to your Ohime, and then activate effect to special Hare. So the Ohime goes back to your hand. This is why this board isn't as strong. Hare get Fire Dance. Then you're going to link 2 away for the Transverser. And then Fire Dance will bring, and this is in the grave, but Fire Dance will bring back Hare. And then this is where you'll make your Acid Golem. And then here you can make an SP or whatever you want to do with that. But this end board isn't as strong as if you have like access to the fusion lines. And one more example, I'll show you. Let me see if I can find an Ash real quick. I have one here somewhere. Or I'll just have like a proxy. Okay, this is a proxy of an Ash real quick for the very last combo, because the most common question I'm going to get is like, if you get ashed, how do you do the combo? If like they just ash the Predaplant. This could be a Jin or Ken or anything in this situation that triggers an ash. So maybe just in case, but the reason I'm gonna do Scorpio is just because in the combo you have to discard, so you minus even harder if they ash you. So we'll say that you activate effect, discard a monster, and they ash you. So this is their graveyard. If you were to have, I was gonna sound silly, but if you have like any of these other lines, like the 3-card combos from before that we went over, like a fusion and a Ohime or Arabesque, we'll just say like Arabesque for example, you can still full combo and acid golem lock. And the only reason I'm showing this combo is how you do the acid golem lock if you don't have Jin-Ken. So that's kind of like the point here. So you can, another thing is like, if on that ash you had like talents, you could like activate to draw too, and then you might have a chance to draw into whatever you're missing. But you'll do the IB combo. Gravity controller, then you summon the vanilla. World Succession, bring back. Synchro for the Braver Dragon. And then equip 2 or 3. Yeah, usually just equip 3, but like I said, if you already have Arabesque, it's not really needed. Send Durandal after searching the Oliver. And then here it doesn't really matter what you Oliver, so we can just get rid of the Arabesque. Arabesque on the gravity controller, you're gonna special summon the Hare to put it back in the extra. Hare will get you Fire Dance. Here you synchro for the Herald. Link away into Transverser. That'll trigger the Herald to get the Ohime effect to get the Ceremony and discard a card. And then you will activate to special the Ohime, banish to send the Huli, and then you can Mayo special the Hare. And then Fire Dance, and this is where you get to do it. So the way this works is Fire Dance lets you special summon a Mikanko from your hand or graveyard, and then you can special summon a monster from your opponent's graveyard to the field. So here you special summon their Ash Blossom, overlay into the Acid Golem, and then change control, and then you can make the SP if you would like, or whatever you want to make. If you just want to end on what you have, or if you want to make the SP. I forgot one thing. When the Huli was summoned, you search the trap. It's because I was explaining the Fire Dance. I missed that part. So they have the Acid Golem, you have the trap to get the Snatch Steal, and it's still the full combo, even through Ash. I know, like I said, it looks bad because it's just, I'm showing the Scorpion, but even if it was a Jin or Ken, if they Ash it, like most of the time when you summon those cards, they're going to respond to them first. So if you summon Jin and they impermit and you have a fusion in hand, you can still full combo. You won't have Acid Golem, but you'll have like one of the boards I showed you earlier where you still have a lot of interruptions. And one of my favorite combo starters is a Jin and a Tactics. So one thing you could do, I'll just show you real quick as an example. And this will be the last one. So if you just have a Ken and a fusion, and a talents. So this isn't going to be full. It's not going to be the full Acid Golem lock, but it will get you like a pretty big board, and your opponent minuses too. So if if you were like to kin, well, I guess technically it would be acid lock, but basically if you get ashed on this, you can then so they're -1, and then talents rip one out of their hand, and then you can ready fusion. I'm pretty sure. Well, no, I think you need an Arabesque or Ohime, but then you could still do the acid golem lock. But with just these two, so they're down 2 cards in their hand, and then you'll do like the full board where you have the multiple snatch steal, because basically any level 3 in the ready fusion is that full combo, because you just go through it with the ib. But I'll just go ahead and just go through it just to have this last combo done. If you only have a level 3 and a fusion, then you have to make gravity controller. So then you get this, activates special back, synchro into the braver tool, and then do all your equips. And then you'll search Oliver and send. Here you can go ahead and send if you want. I'm just doing it mainly for the video, just so it has less space on the field. Special Hare, get fire dance. Here you get the Herald, fire dance, get back the Hare. Here you'll make an IP in the middle, and then the Herald will get you Ohime. Ohime gets you Ceremony, discard another card, activate the special, banish to send the Huli, and then you bring back the Huli with the Mayo, and then you get the trap card, and then set. And then, so they only have 3 cards in hand at the end of this turn, and then on their turn, they're going to have to deal with like the IP and everything. So what you'll do is if they summon something, you will activate Rivalry to get Snatch Steal to take their monster, and if they summon another monster or activate like a field spell or set a card or whatever, if they have something on their board, you'll use both of them with the IP to make SP, and then you can banish something, and then they summon, if they were to summon again, Ohime, take that monster, and then you have the SP other effect to banish. So you get a lot of interruptions, and your opponent is down 2 cards in their hand right off the bat. So those are some of the cool things. And only that, you get to, they are gonna get rid of their Ash, and then you also get rid of one of their best starters or whatever's in their hand, because you know how to interrupt their board because of the talents looking at their hand. I think maybe one combo example I didn't show you, well, I don't remember if I showed you or not, but if you have a kin and a take and a fusion, you get to do the same combos. I think what I showed was just Arabesque or Ohime, because they're different. So I might show one very last combo where it goes through. So you just kin here. This will get you acid golem lock. So you give them the Jin, they rip a card out of their hand at their choosing. Talents to take it. Summon a kin to their field. And then you just you draw 2, discard 1, activate the ready fusion, and then synchro into ib. Ib will get you the World Legacy Succession, link away both, and in this particular combo you have to make a link 2. The only reason I make IP here is just because the extra deck is so tight. Sorry, this is in my hand. Special, the vanilla, activate this now to get back the ib. So this IP is going to get wasted in this combo, but it's just because it's necessary. You just need a link to. I tried looking up if there's anything interesting I could make as a link to, but I couldn't really find anything that would be worth taking a slot for my other cards. So you equip your 3, search for Oliver, get rid of, you can special here. It really doesn't matter, like I said, how you special to Oliver most of the time, unless you have an Arabesque in hand or an Ohime, then you might kind of change how you play a little differently. But when the Hare comes out, you get the Fire Dance, and this goes back to the extra deck. These two, you're gonna make your Herald, and that's where you make the Transverser. And like I said, the IP is just a wasted card. It's just the way the combo plays out. Herald will get you Ohime. Ohime will get you Ceremony. Discard a card. You activate Special. Banish Ceremony. Get Huli. And then you can summon your Huli. Get the Trap. And Mayo. You can summon your Hare, and then overlay into the Acid Golem and give it to him. And you've already resolved Jin-Ken this game, so you just link away. A cool thing you can do is if you have like a way to trigger on their field an effect, you can, and you make the SP Little Knight first, you could do the second effect to banish both till the end phase, and I'll make it to where it comes back in the end phase on their field, but they can't detach, and they'll take 2,000 damage. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I wasn't really keeping an eye on it, but I mean, that's a crap load of different combo variations with the various cards in the deck. So I hope that helps you guys. I will show you the side deck pattern, because that might make a difference for you guys, what I take out if I'm putting in the going second cards. First, let me take out the extra cards. Okay, so when I'm siding in, I side in all 15, and the cards I take out is I take out 2 Ken, I take out all the combo pieces, and I also take out all the fusions. And I take out all the Predaplants. So it adds up to be an equal 15. So 1 instant fusion, 3 ready fusion, that's 4, and then 3 Predaplant, and the Cobra, the Scorpio and the Cobra, so that's 8 cards. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I think there's one other card. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh yeah, Rhoda. Rhoda's the very last card. I take out Rhoda because if you're not going to be like going second, like you have lava golems and stuff that you're not going to normal summon, so I don't want very many normal summons. But I still keep 1 Ken and 3 Jins in the deck just in case I want to do a play with them. But those are the 15 cards I take out. Other than that, I don't really know any other questions to answer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I understand it's probably a pretty long one. And sorry if I made any errors. I'm pretty sure I played it all right. Just kind of had to rush through it. But if you guys have any questions or anything, just comment below. Thank you.